Welcome back to our last throwback of the week. Goal setting is one of my favorite things to talk about and to help other moms out with. And I really hope that you are not just listening to these episodes, but that you are taking the time to do the work. You owe it to yourself. Think of it as self-care. You need a plan in place to reach your goals. And the clearer the direction you give yourself, the easier it's going to be to actually achieve them. So block some time out for yourself this weekend if you have it, next week when the kids are back in school, to do this work. It's a new year. I want you to leave all that no longer serves you and who you want to become back in 2024 and embrace the possibilities that this new year holds for you. Something that I've found incredibly helpful over the past few years in making that happen is choosing a word of the year. If you're not familiar with the word of the year, it is a single word that captures the theme, the mood, or just the energy you want to embody. It's your guiding light, something that motivates you and inspires you to show up as your best self whenever you see it or you think about it. I've put a lot of thought into my word for 2025. And even though this is a throwback, if you listen to the end, I add a new tip that I found really helpful this year. And on that note, I'd love to help you elevate your year and take things to that next level. So I'm sharing my goal manifesting planner. It's the exact worksheet that I am using for each of my big goals this year. It will really help you be intentional while you're planning your goals, help you understand your why, your motivation, what obstacles you need to overcome, what resources you need, and the steps you need to get there. So no more excuses. It's time to do the work, make great things happen this year. So grab your free planner. The link is in the show notes. Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to juggle all the many hats you wear as a working mom? Do you want more quality time with your family without distraction of work? And time alone to take care of yourself and your needs? Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life. I'm Carrie, a wife, mom of 3, and a recovering perfectionist. In this podcast, I will teach you how to create balance in your life by implementing healthy habits, organizing your home and your schedule, being intentional with your time and in your relationships, and most importantly, how to start putting your needs first because no one can pour from an empty cup. Grab that second cup of coffee, or if you're anything like me, your third. It's time to dive into today's episode of Mom Wife Career Life. Picking a word of the year can be a fun process. And to pick the right word, it takes some self-reflection and some time. So make sure you carve out some time to really do it right. You want to pick a word that inspires you and motivates you. You want a word that when you look at it, you are motivated to keep on track with the goals you set out for the year. Or if you find yourself falling off track, that it motivates you to really jump back on track. So today, I'm sharing my 6-step process for picking a word of the year. Number 1, take out a pen and paper, and as you go through this process, write down the words that resonate with you so that at the end of this process, you have a list of words to actually choose from. Number 2, reflect on the previous year. If you had goals that you didn't reach, was there something that you struggled with or an area where you feel you could have done better and don't want to make the same missteps this year? Is there a word that could sum all of that up? Like discipline? Do you need more discipline to eat better, make it to the gym, read that book, take that time for yourself? Or focus. Maybe you feel like you got pulled in a million different directions and can't stay on task. Is there an underlying theme going on? Maybe it's that you want to slow down a bit and be more present in the moment. So present would be a good word. Or intention, if you felt you weren't intentional with how you spent your time and the decisions you made. Number 2, look at the goals you have for the new year. If you didn't listen to my Rock Your New Year's series last week, then take the time to listen. I'll link the series in my show notes, but once you have your goals written out, take some time to really look over those goals and see if there is a theme going on. Maybe a lot of your goals involve growing, getting a new job, learning a new skill, buying a bigger house, having another baby. Maybe you have a lot of fears holding you back and you want to overcome them. This was a big theme for me in 2023. Originally, I had picked the word focus because I'm always getting pulled in a million different directions. And then I changed it to fear, which isn't a word that most people would choose, overcome or persevere or probably better words. But I chose fear because I needed the reminder that anytime that self-doubt creeped in, anytime that inner critic's voice was getting a little too loud, anytime self-limiting beliefs kicked in, that was all fear-based, not ability-based. And last year, I really pushed through my fears. Number 3, a brain dump. Go back to that pen and paper and start writing down the words that resonate with you for the old year and how you want to show up in the new year. Or if you're having trouble coming up with words, just Google word of the year ideas, and a million words will show up, and just go through those lists and see which one resonate with you. Number 4, review that list. Go through the list and see what words you can really narrow it down to. Try to get it down to 3 and definitely not more than 5 words. You really want a word that covers the majority of your goals, so keep that in mind as you're reviewing the list. Number 5, meditate or pray over it. Once you have your list narrowed down, spend some time either meditating or praying over it, or you could even do both. I also find that I do my best thinking in the shower or bath, or maybe you get clarity when you go for a walk or a run. You don't want to rush this process because you really want to pick a word that will motivate you to stay on task. So take the time to really think it over. Number 6, put it on your vision board. I'm a strong believer in vision boards, and they don't have to be anything fancy. You can do them on a piece of oak tag, or you can put them in your planner. This is the first year I'm putting mine in a planner. I like having it on oak tag and having it in my office so that it's always in my face as a reminder, but I'm also in my planner every day, so I'm trying something different this year. And even if you don't do a whole vision board, you could just take that word and put it in your planner, so that way when you're opening it up, it's in your face. Putting your word front and center of your vision board or in your planner really helps be that reminder of what you wanted to get out of this year. When you are stressed, struggling, or even just making plans, looking at that word helps keep you on track. If your word is focus and you find yourself signing up or saying yes to something that will take you away from the time to work on your goals, whether that goal is more time with your family or going to the gym or even starting a business like me, that word can really help you make the right choice and possibly say no to things that don't align to that word. So that was our word of the year throwback, but I wanted to share a bonus tip and something I used to help me pick my word of the year this year, ChatGPT. It's free. I typed in all the things I wanted to accomplish this year, and I asked it to create a word of the year that would align with all those goals. And if you're curious to find out what word it helped me choose, come on over to my Instagram at mom.wife.career.life. I'm putting it all out there in the universe because it's happening this year. I hope you enjoyed our goal setting throwback series, and I hoped you're feeling inspired and ready to choose your word of the year to help guide and motivate you through 2025. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and intentionality. I'd love to hear what word you chose for 2025. Come on over to our Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms, and tell us all about it. If you don't already follow the show, take a second and hit that follow button so you never miss another episode. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.